Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another malicious compliance Reddit video. In our first story, I don't want to listen to someone below my pay grade. Let's jump right in. This took place about 30 years ago, but I was just reminded of it while talking with some of the other gray hairs where I work. The cast is me, a big-time designer, and the good guy boss. I started with my company over 30 years ago. My original position was as a draftsman. I hand-drew maps, diagrams, and engineering documents that were turned into blueprints for production. The general consensus was that draftsmen like me were lower than dirt. Most of us had vocational training but no college degrees. Our usual work process was that a customer came to a designer and asked for something to be built. The designer consulted with an engineer and then sketched out the design and sent it to a draftsman to have a set of construction blueprints produced. The completed prints were then mailed off to the head office in a different city for review and approval. Any design that failed the approval process got mailed back to the designer for rework, and the process started all over again. Over the first few years on the job, I continued my education. I took courses specific to our industry and took in-house classes to better master our company construction standards. I steadily gained the trust and respect of the engineers and designers that I worked with. That is, until the company hired Big Time Designer. Mr. Big Time Designer was young, he was well educated, and he was well connected to upper management. The first time one of his jobs hit my desk, I stopped and stared. There was a glaring flaw that violated industry and company standards. Rather than spend time drawing up prints that would be automatically rejected, I took the job package back to him and pointed out what would need to be fixed for approval. He angrily agreed and took back the job to fix the errors. I thought everything was great, until I got the next job from Big Time. This job was also going to immediately fail the approval process, so I headed back to his end of the building for a chat. This time, the big-time designer was not having it. "H, you are a lowly draftsman. I am a designer. I don't have to take instruction from you," he shouted. "I want you to draw up exactly what I design and submit it that way. If I'm going to be corrected, it will be by someone above my pay grade and not below." Good guy boss, the department head, heard the commotion from his office and came over to see what the yelling was about. The big-time designer explained that I was trying to correct his work and not just draw up his jobs as designed. At this point, I started to try to defend myself and explained that I was trying to save the work and time that a rejected design would cause, but the boss cut me off. With an evil twinkle in his eye, good guy boss said, "H, you just do exactly as this designer requests. If he wants the head office to correct his work, then that is just fine." Cue the malicious compliance. From that point on, I did exactly as directed. I sent off flawed designs for approval. The process for each rejection took about 1 week round trip. Big-time designers' jobs began to fall farther and farther behind. Some of the jobs were rejected 3 or 4 times. I started getting calls from the head office. "Hey, H, why are you sending us junk?" they asked. I explained the situation, and the head office called Mr. Good Guy Boss. He confirmed that Big Time Designer was running his own show and only wanted feedback from people up the food chain and was rejecting input from lowly draftsmen regardless of their experience. The cycle continued for about 3 months, right up until the time for annual performance reviews. Mr. Big Time was denied a promotion to senior designer. Over the last quarter of the year, his jobs had failed to meet customer and company deadlines. His file contained complaints from the head office for repeatedly submitting projects that did not only fail our own corporate standards, but didn't even meet industry standards either. A few weeks after review time, the department head, good guy boss, paid a visit to my cubicle. He plopped an envelope on my drafting table with a thank you letter that was copied to my employee file. There was also a small cash bonus. He had been looking for a way to nail Mr. Big Time and take him down a peg. The big-time designer had powerful friends, and our good guy boss was reluctant to try too hard to put him in his place. By obeying big-time designer's wishes, I had given the boss ammo needed to give him a legit bad review. Story number 2, give me a hard time when I'm serving you and your friends? Okay, we'll see about that. Years ago, I worked at a busy corporate sit-down burger restaurant. One day, I'm hustling through the lunch rush, and I have 6 college guys sit down. One guy flags me over and loudly pronounces that they're ready to order right away. "What do you guys having?" I ask. "Guys?" the same guy says with a smirk on his face. "Guys? That doesn't sound like a very professional greeting to me. I work at a restaurant too, and if I walked up to a table and asked, 'What are you guys having?' my manager would definitely let me know that was inappropriate." The other guys at the table looked kind of uncomfortable at this exchange and just silently sit there. The main guy looks around at all of them and keeps going. "Why don't you come up to us again and do it right?" At this point, I'm looking around at my massive section of tables and getting the distinct feeling I'm going to be at this table forever. I'm trying not to lose my cool, so I smile. "Sure," I say. I take several steps back and walk up again. "Gentlemen, how are you all doing? Ready to order?" The main guy smirks and nods. I look directly at him. "How about you, Chief? What are you having today?" Some of the other guys laugh. He looks angrily at me but orders his burger and a drink. I get everyone's order and hustle off. I return with drinks a little while later. I set everyone's drinks down and do the main guy last. "Here you go, boss." I leave before he can say anything. Through the course of their meal, I called him a different nickname every time. "You need a refill, pal?" "How's your burger, buddy?" "Need more ketchup, bro?" "Can I get that plate out of your way, dude?" "Any dessert for you, amigo?" "Need me to split your check, brother?" "Make sure to leave me one signed copy, muchacho." So by this time, this guy is boiling. His friends are loving it though. As time has gone on, the rest of them keep looking at me expectantly. What nickname next? Finally, they all get up to leave. Lunch rush has ended and I'm chilling at this point. I casually walk up to them. "Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in." The rest of the group is smiling. I look at the main guy. "And you?" "You have a fantastic day, Haas." The rest of the guys cheer. They all head out. I grab all their receipts on the table. Surprise, surprise, the main guy left me 0 for a tip. I didn't care. It was all worth it. Story number 3, a douche gets more than he wanted. I've been working in bars for years and this has to be one of the best flip yeah moments of my time. I worked with this guy who was always on it, super smart, never lost for words, very funny, and genuinely one of the most professional bartenders I've worked with. This was an exceptional night. We worked 2 to a station on really busy nights, like 3/4 deep kind of night, so I had a front row seat to this gem. Greasy douchebag is waiting in front of our station with his elbow on the bar not facing us. Getting a little annoyed that he is blocking people getting served, Sam taps him on the arm. "Hey man, you want anything?" "In a sec, mate," as he shoos him off and continues greasing on this drunk girl. Starting to change his attitude, Sam quips back, "You are blocking people from the bar, man. Crap or get off the pod." Ooh, I start to slow down. Where's this going? Greasy douche face screws up and looks Sam up and down. "Gimme a Coke," he barks with no manners. Sam whips a glass behind his back and catches it in his left hand, ice in the glass, glass on the bar, and throws a straw in the air as he pours Coke from the soda gun. $2.50, thanks, as Sam spins around and enters it into the till. Douche is staring at the drink. "What is this?" "A Coke, as you asked," Sam said with impatience and vex. "That is not what I asked for," he responded. "If I wanted ice, I would have asked for ice," pushing the glass back at Sam. Sam picks up the glass with both hands and did something that I was not expecting. He apologized. "You are so right. I am so sorry. How stupid of me. Let me fix that for you." As the guy turns back to grease up the drunk girl some more, Sam grabs the soda gun, pours Coke all over the bar counter. The douche jerks his arm away, not because he notices it, but because his shirt is getting wet, his anger palpable. "If you wanted a flipping glass, you would have asked for one," Sam spouts as he throws a straw in the puddle, turns his back, walks off, and flips the bird. My hero. This is John from /Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.